Hello, good morning. Hope we're all doing really well this Friday morning or whatever time it is in the location that you're at. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to jump in, talk about greenwashing, such a great topic, and just becoming more and more of a sort of hot topic really in the market at the moment because everybody is talking about sustainability in some way, shape, or form. So as a result, there's going to be problems with this journey, of transitioning into a more sustainable operation, a more sustainable market. So, what is greenwashing, right? So, a lot of businesses are really moving through this transition where they're trying to become more sustainable. And there are some that are out there, and this is a real and valid issue. The reason I'm saying that now is to preface my next comments around my personal thoughts around it. So, it is a real issue, and there is certainly some businesses out there who are making claims that can be deceptive or not honest in their true reflection of what the business is actually doing. Sometimes we're seeing that businesses are saying their products have become more eco-friendly, or they've designed a new product to be precisely the eco-friendly choice in the market, but it isn't exactly, it doesn't meet those standards. There's no kind of clear transparency and measurables that prove that this product really meets the claims that their makers are saying. And so this is a common issue in the market. Now, my personal thoughts are not to say or minimize that this is a real issue, but there is also some level of uproar from people that, business, the companies, the corporates, they're not doing enough, and kind of jumping on and piggybacking on this idea to put down companies more and more, rather than going, okay, we get that you're not being entirely honest with us right now, but how can you improve? Like, rather, I guess my thoughts are, right, really just to capture them, is I just feel like when these things happen, when the market finds a way to put down the big guys, it happens really quickly and rapidly from individuals. And we really have to understand the complexity, right? The complexity behind businesses trying to go green. So there is a bit of this balancing act between recognizing that it truly is, greenwashing incident, but also recognizing that these companies are going through, some of them are really legitimately going through a complex journey. And so how can we sort of help them and support this journey? So, my ideas around greenwashing really sit with that it is a true balance. But what is important as well to recognize here is, when does greenwashing happen? So, how to kind of recognize that it is happening is usually when there's a change to branding, or there are new products introduced and there's claims of legitimacy, but you can't see the true backing behind it, like the calculations and the backing behind it. And that's often when, we're seeing that actually this is truly an issue around greenwashing, that the companies are not being honest. They're trying to make claims that are bigger than they truly are. So, what are some ways that companies can avoid this? It really comes down to some really basic things, which most of them know, but often they are just kind of caught up in the rush of becoming more green, or caught up in the trends that are happening within the market. So, one thing is to be really specific, be very specific, even if ultimately your numbers are smaller than you would have liked them to be specific about them. Two is definitely don't get caught up in the trends of what is the latest thing, what is the sort of social influence that is happening in the social media space. Don't get kind of caught up in those trends to say we're also doing this, or we're a part of this process, etc. It really is about being true to what your company is actually doing. Be coherent. So if what you're saying is you're a sustainable fashion brand, but then the chemicals that you use within your fashion brand is sustainable, but that same company also makes them for very unsustainable brands, or that same company also um, creates a lot of waste in them in their own operations, right? So choose coherence, or at the very least be clear about, this is why you still picked that company, that you understand that they are doing, not they're doing these things that are not in full alignment with what you're about, but this is the reason that you chose them. So I think people really appreciate that honesty. So really, it is coherence and honesty in that one breath. And then the fourth is, truly make a difference. So it is about conscious money making. So yes, make that money, but what can you do with that money to encourage more of your kind of bigger agenda, your stronger agenda, through the interactions that you have with your employees, through your operations, through your market presence? Really, actually, truly look at how you can make a difference with your work. And then finally, be scientific about it. So if that's not the capacity or capability you have within your business, bring the right people in, bring in that scientific approach to actually making those claims valid, right? That these numbers come from a very scientific, mathematic approach to looking at the greenness of your product or your service or your offering. So yeah, those are sort of 5 tips on how you can consider avoiding greenwashing. But look, sorry, the lighting's gone a bit dark. I think it's just what's happened in the room around me. But anyways, the point is, greenwashing is definitely a real issue in this current market. It is one that we're going to kind of have to deal with as we transition through a green economy. So be aware of it, but also be consciously supportive of the businesses that are on this journey as well, because it is a complex process of greenification, of really becoming a sustainable business, especially after you have established this business successfully, might I add, for however many years. And some of them have grown so big that to now go back and really start to make things more sustainable, lower impact, etc., is a long and complicated process. So that's my thoughts today on greenwashing. I hope you've enjoyed this live. I hope you have a wonderful weekend coming up ahead. Take care of yourselves. Talk to you soon. Bye.